Oh my gosh, that was the maddest thing. I was walking up the steps to come out, and then I heard something rustling in the bushes. Oh my god. So I looked down onto the steps and I saw that animal. Fo. But yeah, then I saw that under there. So like I stopped and I was like, and then I think he was scared because he literally went like this and just lay on his back and was just like pretending to be dead. I don't know what it is, so I need to find out. Listen to the sound. Just life sounds different here. I really want to touch all these plants, but I need to remember that I'm not in the UK and things can hurt you here. But yeah, that was mad. So I was just watching him and I was like, oh my gosh, is he tangled in the branches? But I think he was just playing dead. So I've left him to do his thing. But he was like this far away from me. I can't believe it. Yesterday when I arrived, saw so many cool birds. Parrots flying through the trees. Anyway, I'm having a great day so far. Just going to the shop to get a SIM card. Parrots flying everywhere. Oh my gosh, stop it right now. Oh my goodness. There was loads. That was sick. They're bright green. I love it here. Anyway, I actually wanted to start this video by saying I have arrived. So, today we are playing the intuition game. It's a game that I made up where you venture out with no plans and let your intuition guide you to the best day ever. I've played it a few times at home, but this will be the first time that I'm playing it overseas and the first time that I'll be playing it in a place that I have never been before. So I have a feeling it's gonna be something special. Now, before we can get jiggy with it, my phone doesn't actually work here, so I just need to nip to the shop, get a SIM card, grab a couple of other bits, and then we can let the games begin. Now let's get back to the adventure. Hey dude, how's it hanging? Are we about to kiss right now? Okay, I'm going now. Bye. This guy loves me. Are you coming with me? Come on then, I'll treat you to lunch. Okay, so the day hasn't even started and I've already gone the wrong way. I was walking down this really steep hill and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to walk back up this hill. My intuition probably should have been like, you're going the wrong way, bruv. Bearing in mind, I came to the shop yesterday and I thought I was going the right way. Anyway, I just stopped and asked this guy and he was like, nah mate, you're going the wrong way. So, I need to go back up the hill to find the shop. Cracking stuff. Okay, it doesn't even look that steep on camera, but my glutes are feeling it. Hello little guy. Don't mind if I do. Sorted, yeah. Now I'm gonna go back and hit the town.
A few moments later.
Anyone want to tell me how I got lost again? But I have internet now. I have maps. And I just like to think that I know where I'm going. But in all honesty, no one ever knows where they're going in life. Gorgeous view. So yeah, I got bloody lost again. I'm exhausted. The day's only been going a few hours. My goodness. For reference, that was the hill I was walking up. Yep. pretending to be dead.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Yeah, I'll tell you about that in a bit. But in other news, the intuition game is off to a cracking start. So I arrive in the city, I quickly go see Jazz, who came out on her lunch break and brought me some lunch out. Lunch and dinner, by the way. I'm just going to tell you about everything that's happened so far so that you can really get a grasp for how magical the intuition game is and how everything just aligns so perfectly. So she gives me these meals. She goes back into work. I didn't have a bag to put them in, so now I'm just kind of walking around holding them upright because I can't hold them on their side. And you know I hate holding things. So I was like, yeah, I need a bag. Anyway, I start waltzing through the streets of Carlton. I'm following my intuition. I'm exploring a new place. The energy feels vibrant. I just get a quick intuitive hit of left. So I'm like, okay, girl, let's go left and see what's waiting for me down there. So I turn left and I'm guided to a vintage clothing store. There was a very clear go inside type of vibe. I go in, I'm having a little mooch, and I love a good tie. And I found the coolest tie ever. I was like, I have to have the tie. So I buy the tie. $3.50, by the way, which is less than £2. After I purchased my tie, he was like, do you want a bag? And I was like, actually, I could do with a bag. Yes, thank you. The bag is perfect. My food fit perfectly in there. It was sturdy enough so that they weren't going to topple over on the inside, which isn't even a thought that I had. I just thought, oh, I need a bag. So I was like, this is nice. Also, this was no longer than 8 minutes after I had the thought of, oh, I need a bag. I leave the store and then I got another intuitive left. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Left and left. But I was like, oh, this is interesting because I'm going back the way that I came, just on a different side street. But I was like, hey, I ain't gonna doubt the intuition game. Let me see where we gonna end up. There was 3 paths in the park, left, straight or right. It was a clear right. So I take the right. And it was actually perfect because there was a line of picnic benches and they were all prime people watching spots. And I love to people watch. So I sit down on the bench, I'm eating my lunch, I'm watching people play basketball, people walk their dogs. I was like, this is great. I just love witnessing life. This bench couldn't be any more perfect. After I had my lunch, my soul was calling me for bare feet on the grass. Grizzly bear! So obviously I'm gonna do that. So instead of continuing with the right hand path, I just get straight on the grass, take my socks and shoes off, and my soul is calling me to go straight, so I'm going straight. Notice a park. I love a park with swings. I was like, amazing. So I go and play on the swings. I was like, this is just shaping out to be a great day. By this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit parched. I could do with a nice drink. And I feel like this is just classic humans being used to convenience these days. I whip out my phone, I go on Google Maps, and I was like, okay, cool. What type of drink do I want? Maybe I want a chai. So I type in iced chai on Maps, and then I was like, whoa, hang on a minute, girl. Back up the truck. This is the intuition game. Get off Maps. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I am cheating. I'm hindering the game. Get off Maps. So I get off Maps. And I say to the universe, I would love a really nice drink. I'm a sucker for a nice drink, by the way. So I was like, okay, cool. Intuition, guide me to a drink that I would like. I wasn't even really sure what I wanted. So I was like, this is up for the universe to decide. Another thing that I have noticed with the intuition game is when you're on the right track, you will receive signs and reinforcements that you are on the right track. For me, that shows up as angel numbers or like a specific message that would only be for me. For example, I get to a crossroads and this is another, okay, before I tell you about that, this is another thing about the intuition game. This is only like my second or third time playing it and like practicing tuning into my intuition. And I feel like sometimes I really get in my own head and the messages that come up, I will doubt them and then get in my own head and be like, wait, no, is that right? And then I'll get myself all confused. And then I'm like, okay, I have no idea which way to go. So this day, I found a solution to that issue that I was having about getting in my head and like taking over rather than allowing my inner compass to guide me. And it's basically, I was at a crossroads, the road was really busy, there was a lot going on. I was finding it hard to tune out the external in order to connect with the internal. And something that I did is I literally just closed my eyes. I'm stood in the middle of the path, by the way. I closed my eyes and I was like, okay, which way should I take? And you know, I'm Finding Nemo, that scene where the fish all come together and then they create like a big arrow and then they kind of like light up the arrow. I kid you not, that popped into my mind with an arrow going straight. It was kind of like the fish, but kind of imagine a cross between those fish and like a vanity light mirror, those lights, but like those lights on the fish, but they were kind of like merged together. Anyway, it looked crazy. And yeah, I closed my eyes and I could see that light up arrow going straight. So I was like, oh my gosh. It was just 444 as I said that while I'm recording this. I was like, oh my gosh, that was the coolest thing ever. So I follow the arrow and go straight, obviously. And going back to what I was saying about the little hidden messages to reinforce that you're going the right way. As soon as that happens, I cross the road and I see something saying Rodney Place. Now, that feels kind of specific to me in the sense of there's a place in Liverpool called Rodney Street, a place that I used to go to a lot back in the day. So I was like, oh my gosh, Rodney, I'm on the right way. As soon as I think, oh my gosh, Rodney, I look straight ahead and I see 444. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. The fishy arrow just came to me in my mind. So I took that direction and now the angels have just told me that I'm on the right path. So I get to another crossroads and I close my eyes and it was a very clear left turn. But the thing that's so interesting with the vision that I get with the arrow is that when I open my eyes, I look and the shape that the arrow has made in my mind is the exact same shape that the road makes right in front of me. And I'm like, what the actual heck? That is the coolest thing ever. Anyway, I turn left. Oh my gosh, no, it's so good. And my eyes gravitate to the left again to a cute little gelato store. And then I see a sign outside saying drinks menu. So I was like, oh my gosh, maybe this is the place. Maybe this is where I'm going to get my good drink. On the wall, I see iced strawberry matcha creme. And I was like, I have no idea what that is, but my soul is telling me that that is destined to be in my mouth right now. Oh my gosh. The taste of this drink. It was everything I could have hoped for and more. It was everything that I needed and I didn't even know that I needed it. I can't believe I was looking at chai like, no, this is what I needed. The creaminess was out of this world. Not to mention the perfect balance between strawberry and matcha, but the strawberry was so fresh and so sweet and juicy, but not in an artificial way, like freshness. And the creaminess, the strawberry, the matcha all blended together. Each sip would unfold into a complete mirage of flavors. But then each sip on top of that, you would get so many new flavors. I was like, this is the best drink I have ever had. I do not say that lightly. I love a nice drink. Nice drinks and me go hand in hand. And I will stand firm in in this statement that this is the best drink I have ever had. I literally licked out the cup that it came in because I was like, I need to say, I sucked on the ice cubes because I was like, I have to savor every last bit of this flavor because it was like a dream. I felt like I was in a dream drinking this drink. This sounds so dramatic, and I know I'm dramatic, but I'm being so for real. Like, this isn't even me being dramatic. This is me being normal anyway, but like this is just a normal reaction to the drink. Okay, it was the best drink ever. I can't believe my intuition and the sparkly fish guided me to this drink. I would have never come down here if I wasn't playing the intuition game. Oh, so good. It gets better. So I'm just waltzing around the gardens, having the best time, talking to the trees, talking to the ducks, taking in the views. And I was like, okay, I need a toilet break now. And then again, I went to get maps up and I was like, hold on, little missy, haven't you learned your lesson from the last time? So I put my phone away and I was like, no, intuition game. Ugh, silly girl. So my intuition then guides me around the back of the Royal Exhibition building to another building, and it's huge. So I was like, there's got to be a toilet in there. So I walk in and it's actually a museum. So I was like, oh my gosh, this place is so cool. And the toilets were literally right by the front entrance. It was great. Also, right next to the toilets is a gift shop, and I'm a sucker for a gift shop. My intuition again was like, go in. So I go in, I see this dinosaur bag that I really want to have, but it was silly money and the pocket was tiny. So I was like, this just isn't usable for an adult. It's almost as though they're made for children. Anyway, on the other side of the gift shop, I could see what I saw to be plants. And I was like, ooh, this looks mystical. Again, intuition, go in. This space felt sacred. There was so many beautiful plants, animals, birds. There was a turtle swimming around, minding his own business. There was plaques dotted around with information from people from all over Australia and how they connect with their ancestors and connect to the land and maintain and preserve ancestral and Aboriginal knowledge and practices and ways of living. It was honestly so insightful and so connective and everything I needed for my first day being in Melbourne. That's really something that I've noticed so far is every place that I've been to, whether it's a cafe or a place like this, a museum, there's like a little plaque or a little sign, even on most buildings, that acknowledges the land that they're on and that they're using, but also honors everyone that came before that. And it just feels golden. It's so special. Every corner I would turn, I would be surprised by something new. I had no idea what I was walking, like I literally just needed the toilet. And now I'm getting educated, I'm getting grounded, I'm getting an insight into ancestral living. I felt like I was weaving through the circle of life being here. Oh, it was so cool. So after the best toilet break ever, I'm back to waltzing through the gardens and it's just so peaceful, so magical. I felt like a fairy. And I get guided to go down a different path that I haven't yet been on. And at the end of the path is the most magnificent tree I think I might have ever seen in my whole life. The roots expand everywhere. There's like 4 different parts to the whole tree. Anyway, so I'm sat in the tree, obviously. It just fits me perfectly. And I see a grandmother and her grandson walking around all of the little viewpoints in the gardens, taking selfies together. And then they would literally... so cute. They would literally like hug after, and then they would look through all the pictures together with their arms around each other, like looking at all the pictures, and they were just so happy. And I was like, this is such a special moment that I'm witnessing for free. I am setting up camp. Look at this. Anyway, there was one point and I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a nice picture. So I took a picture for them and I was like, I have to give them this picture. So I run over. They were so grateful for the picture. Oh my gosh, they were practically jumping up and down. They couldn't stop saying thank you. We couldn't figure out a way for me to send it to them because they had Android, I have Apple, couldn't airdrop. They used WeChat and not WhatsApp. So I was trying to download WeChat, but I don't have a Chinese number. So it was just all rather confusing. We couldn't figure out how to get it to them. So I was like, do you have email? Neither of them had an email. Anyway, on the picture, I was like, oh, there is a man on the picture, but I can just edit him out of it. And the boy was like, oh my gosh, that's my dad. So I was like, oh my gosh, will your dad have it an email? And he was like, oh, yes. So I was like, where is he? So he points over to his dad. All 3 of us run to go over because they were so excited about having the picture. We run to go to his dad. His dad was obviously so confused because we're running full speed, charged with this random stranger. And he gives me their email. I send the pictures over. The whole family... It was like I got a round of applause, genuinely. Aww. They were so grateful and they were so happy. And I was like, I feel like my life has just been made after this one simple moment and one simple interaction with these strangers. But this is what I mean about the intuition game. Everything... to be in that exact moment, 111, as I'm recording this voice note, to be in that exact moment, in that tree, to capture that moment with them, like everything from this day was timed so perfectly in a way that if I would have planned the itinerary, it's just special. Anyway, after that, I was really just feeling like I was prancing with every step I was taking. I'm just getting guided to chill now. Like I have maybe like 1 or 2 hours to wait for Jars to finish work. And I was like, I think I just want to go sit on the grass and chill. So I waltz over, I sit on the grass. My paper bag doubles up as a picnic blanket too, because I'm wearing white, and I just sit on the grass, put my bare feet to the earth. And then I was like really heavily guided to meditate. So I sit down and I start doing like a little meditation, and it's like I can feel like this is my first day out and about here, but the connection that I feel to Melbourne really feels, I really don't know how to describe it, but during my meditation, it's like I could feel the earth through the soles of my feet. Imagine roots connecting from like the center of the earth up to my feet, and I could feel like the energy like pulsing up and down, which isn't abnormal. If I do a meditation where I'm barefoot, that's what I see and feel anyway, but the energy here is slightly different. It just feels really expansive. That is the best word that I can put down to. So I had a lovely meditation. I ate my food. I was just taking it all in, listening to the sounds, the birds here. I mean, sometimes it does sound like someone's being murdered, but it's just so different. Oh, it's just so cool. I'm having a great day. By this time, the sun's starting to set. I've got prime sunset spot. I just love watching people in a non-creepy way. I watched this group slowly started to get bigger. There was 1 or 2 people that was sat on a picnic blanket, and then every 10 minutes another one of their friends would come, and everyone would be so excited to see their friends, and the circle was just getting bigger. In another corner I was seeing kids like run around, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just love witnessing life so much. It's such a gift, one that I definitely don't take for granted, but when you're in the moment of feeling absolutely everything going on around you and feeling how good it feels to be human and to witness love in so many forms is just, I'm banging my chest like a gorilla because it feels so good. Anyway, so that was my day. That was my intuition day. Pure magic. And the matcha has changed my life, and I've been thinking about it this whole time. Like, I'm watching back the video of me taking that first sip, and I can taste it in my mouth, and it tastes so good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I hope you see this video and think, do you know what? I'm gonna play the intuition game, because you absolutely should. And I can't wait to see what else Melbourne has to offer me. This was literally the first day. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Can't wait to show you all of the other fun, crazy things that we get up to. And yeah, I've said and yeah about 4 times. So I'm gonna go. Love you lots. Over and out. So, about the death we witnessed today. It was actually a possum. And I feel so bad because now I'm like, oh my gosh, what if she was crying out for help? Yes, I say she, because it gets worse. She was pregnant and there was a Joey in her pouch, and neither of them made it. I know. And there's me thinking that I've just witnessed a magical moment, when in actual fact, I left a dying mother who was crying out for help alone to die. No, I'm actually so upset. Oh my gosh. I just thought that maybe I startled it so it was playing dead for me to go away. But it turns out she was actually dying. There's blood on my hands and I can't wash it off. Oh gosh. Anyway, I don't want to leave this episode on a bad note, so enjoy these uplifting tunes to bring back some life to you. Oh, just like the possum would have wanted life. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go. Love you all, goodbye.